All right, so just 6 days into Black History Month, while we're all commemorating our heritage, we're drinking our water and minding our business. The 47th president is refusing to apologize for a social media post to his true social account depicting a meme of former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama as primates in the jungle. So, White House Secretary Caroline Leavitt said, "This is from an internet meme video depicting President Trump as the king of the jungle and Democrats as characters from The Lion King. Please stop the fake outrage and report on something today that actually matters to the American public." So, if you've seen The Lion King, then you know there are no apes or gorillas in The Lion King. So, this 60-second video remained posted for 12 hours on Trump's True Social account. So both Democrats and Republicans, they condemned the post and called for it to be removed. Republican Senator Tim Scott said, praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House. The president should remove it. And then House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries said, this disgusting video posted by the so-called president was done intentionally. F Donald Trump and his vile, racist, and malignant behavior. He did, he went on and on. He said some other things. But a lot of people have spoken out against this. A lot of celebrities and politicians are speaking out about it. And after bipartisan backlash, Trump finally removed the post and blamed it on a White House staffer. A White House official said a White House staffer erroneously made the post. It has been taken down. Trump claimed he did not see the whole video where the meme of the Obamas appears at the end, but this video promotes fake allegations of voting machines helping to steal the 2020 election. So Trump, he refuses to admit any wrongdoing or apologize. A spokesperson for the Obamas stated they have no comment. This isn't the first time Trump has attacked former President Obama. When Obama was in office, Trump accused him of not being born in Hawaii and being born in Kenya instead. So this post plays on a long history of racist tropes against Black people, comparing them to primates. So a lot of people were saying, like, why isn't this White House staffer that posted this, why hasn't this person been fired?
Well, Trump don't have to fire anybody that he don't want to fire. And my thing is, one,
Al Sharpton said if that person is fired, Trump would have to walk himself out.
Well, just like I said, I'm not surprised of anything that happens. Though the amount of stuff that has been happening, I'm not surprised at all that this happened. I'm more surprised that I didn't hear a comment from, the Obamas. I mean, if it was anything that should have been at the very least acknowledged and said, like, yo, it was deplorable and it shouldn't have happened and it was racist or whatever, then cool. I see most of us more mad than anything. And it was just very disrespectful. But I'll say this. I think that was a distraction because there's other stuff that's happening out there right now that has been tearing up my timeline. And everybody just automatically stopped talking about that for a minute because it is. But I'm going to just say stay woke and leave it at that.
Well, yeah, I think number one, we do know it was a distraction because if you look at the 60-second video, it's trying to accuse the 2020, is trying to show like, oh, these voting machines are, they were designed to pretty much steal the election. And then once you get to the end, there's like 2 seconds of this meme. So the whole thing is all that voting stuff. And then you get to the very end as it's going out, is 2 seconds of this meme. So, I mean, clearly, I'm just saying that this is just me speaking, not the reflection of We Talk Weekly, but I'm just saying like that it seemed like it is just like a, it's a distraction. Do not be distracted. Like, I agree with that part. Don't be
Oh,
distracted
sure.
by, you know, from all the other stuff that's going on, everything else that's important. We're still waiting on the rest of the Epstein files and everything that's going on there. It's a lot of stuff that you need to pay attention to. Number one. The other part too is that I don't feel like the Obamas have to make a comment because I would be like, I'm offended.
I do.
Like, you're not going to apologize to me. What do I have to say? Like, I'm not. I
What
mean,
you just said.
because I feel like they could be hurt, they could be offended, they could be being attacked and bullied on social media because a lot of this ignites and reignites rhetoric and stuff, like people that target people. Um, and not only that, I did, and I don't know if this has anything to do with this, but I did see something else on social media where now it's like encouraging this type of behavior towards just the average black person.
Which is the reason why I felt or I feel that they should say something. And it becomes a matter of because at this point is rage baiting to me. That's what I see. And I believe that, sometimes you have a responsibility to you're going to have people that looks like me that's going to be super upset, right? And may do something that they shouldn't be doing. And since the Obamas are kind of like the first family to people who look like me, they probably need to say, look, we know what's going on. Don't get excited. Don't get it's okay. We understand it's nonsense and kind of like turn face or about face or whatever they want to do. But I do think they have a responsibility to address it.
So,
Otherwise, people, which I have already heard, people like, well, if they're not mad, why should I? Right. And so, which is another conversation, and I think is nuanced and it has more layers. But I do think that there's some type of responsibility for those that may be rage baited into doing something that the other people are hoping that they do, so now they can retaliate and say, see, that type of thing. So
well,
that's,
whoever said if they not mad and so am I, then they could just stay silent.
that's
They
true
don't,
too.
and
That's true
you
too.
don't have to say nothing. But at the same time, too, if the Obamas addressed everybody that called, you know how many times former First Lady Michelle Obama has been called that? If
Of
she
course,
sat
yes.
here and addressed every time that somebody called her a primate or disrespected her, she'd be all day responding to nonsense.
A
Like,
hundred, a
I don't,
hundred percent, a
and
hundred percent.
I don't really feel like. I mean, it's just like, how many times Obama has been called something and like things have been said or done to them over the years for like the last almost 10 years. Like,
I,
I'm not surprised that they didn't jump out the window to like defend themselves.
I'm
well,
thinking, when they go low, we go high. And then she doesn't think to justify that with any response. And if she's anything like me, I don't argue with fools and I don't negotiate with demons. So, okay.
that too. That too.
Yeah.
That too. Yep. Yeah. I think everyone has an opinion I mean, two things could be true. Two things could be true. And to that last point, Lauren, I agree with you too. I will say that all of those derogatory statements that was made about the first lady, which was horrible, they never came from their peers. Technically, the president of the United States is the past president's peer. And so that never came from the White House like that. And so to say another president off his pretty much Instagram or whatever social media account come from his page to say you are or this is a reflection of you, to me that's a problem. I mean, but that's just me. I agree with you. I think two things could be true. I'm not saying anything is wrong. I'm just saying certain things need to be I think that's something that should be addressed.
I agree.
That, yeah.
There are populations of our society where response from those they look to and love, respect, and people want guidance from, where if you don't address it, then people can recant it. I do believe that there's a segment of our population that wants that and feels that they're owed that and deserves that, and it would be wise to say something or do something. So in my head, I'm just expecting like a family photo shoot to come out during Black History Month, showing that they are the end all be all in their
that part
in their crowns and whatever. I'm expecting a response like that, silent and subtle, but okay. How about this?
Yeah, and I like the support that's been going forward from like just so many different people that have been just like sharing just pictures of the Obamas to their social medias and just showing love. I think that speaks volumes without really saying anything. You just posting a picture just to show your support, because
I think the blatantly of the president, if you're the commander in chief of the United States, if you're saying that your staffer made the mistake, but you're not going to apologize, that doesn't, out of everything, okay, it was put out there, you didn't see, because I think he claims that because it was at the end, he didn't see part, and whatever the excuse is. So if it wasn't intentional, to apologize, like to have decorum and integrity behind something that wasn't intentional, that part does not sit well with me.
Have we
You're not
ever
going to
heard him
apologize.
apologize to anybody?
Not directly.
Yeah, I've heard the
That
political
doesn't
side of
excuse the
it.
behavior.
No, it
Yeah,
doesn't. I'm
but
just
the
saying.
apology is not even, it's for you're the commander in chief. So you're the leader, you're the coach. So if your football makes something that you're coaching, then as a leader, you take on whatever was wrong.
You're
So
right.
even your mission is that your staff did this and the staff member were wrong, then as a leader, you're supposed to say, okay, I have to take that and apologize behind what the mishap was. And I don't know.
I agree.
I really think that Trump has dementia. I think he's going through neurological problems,
Allegedly.
and allegedly, but I really think that as someone in healthcare who can see the signs and symptoms of someone who has sundowning or early signs of being demented or senile, he fits that, allegedly, but he fits the symptoms. That's it.
Can I ask this question? And I'm trying to be serious and ask a medically related question, and I know you can't diagnose necessarily by proxy from afar, but with your assessment there, is that like a nice way of ignoring the diagnosis that he is a textbook diagnosed narcissist and that this is what these behaviors are? And this is what people are saying. I'm not making a diagnosis. I don't know. I ain't treated the man. So,
well, I'm not a medical doctor nor psychotherapist or psychiatrist, but if you textbook and look at some of those obvious signs that he has, then I would definitely say that there are symptoms that he demonstrates that are textbook facts that is with a textbook diagnosis of and demonstrates.
Yeah. He displays certain characteristics. Interesting. Well,
yes,
like
just like when you're doing bipolarism or schizophrenia, and these are different symptoms and signs that happen. It's very, very on par with that. But I also think because this is his, he can't run again. I think he's being reckless because he doesn't care.
He might find a way. You never know. So I'll just say to my people, relax. It's the Obamas probably has something on the horizon, but relax. We already see through it. That's all I'm saying. See through it. Yeah.
All right.
That calls for a beat. Like that, we needed a pause after all of that.
Yeah, cause I'm like, yeah, we could still be diligent, but at the same time, we could take our time out and
Right.
like address stuff, call a spade a spade.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I think,
Yeah,
yeah, no, 100%. 100%.
yeah, cause I mean, I don't know, certain people keep getting passes, and they the more passes they get because they feel like, oh, I can just go unchecked, because I have unchecked power. I can do what I want, and then people just this will just blow over, and nobody's gonna say nothing. They'll leave me alone, and whatever. And it's just not cool, because the stuff that it affects is a marginalized group of people, or a select group of people, which is just not cool.
I agree. I agree. I think we need to start thinking about strategy. I've been saying this since we heard about Project 2025. I said, how come we don't have a project? We need to be strategizing and put some things
I
in
heard
order.
there was one.
It needs to be. That's what we need to be talking about. Like, how can we? Yeah, let's make this thing happen. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think more people need to just, like I said, you just gotta I mean, we gotta get the word out there that there is work that needs to be done to get the word out of what those plans are.